Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Babalian Money Show. It's me, your host, and today we're tackling a big one. A question I get asked all the time. How did you quit your job at 30? It sounds like a dream, right? Ditching the 9 to 5, trading rush hour for your own schedule. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not just a dream. It can be a reality. But let me be crystal clear from the start. It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't a lottery win or some magic trick. It was the result of years of planning, discipline, and a complete mindset shift. In this video, I am going to pull back the curtain and share the exact steps I took to make this happen. We'll talk about saving, investing, building side hustles, and most importantly, the mental game you need to play to win your freedom. This isn't about being reckless. It's about being strategic. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive into how you can start building your own path to financial independence. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, a quick but important disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, sharing my personal journey and experiences. Please always do your own research and consider consulting with a professional financial advisor to make decisions that are right for your unique situation. All right, let's get into it. The journey started for me around age 25. I was sitting in my cubicle, staring at a spreadsheet, and I had this sudden, overwhelming realization. I can't do this for another 40 years. The work was fine, the pay was decent, but the idea of my life being dictated by someone else's schedule, someone else's priorities, just didn't sit right with me. That was my why. And finding your why is the most crucial first step. What is your motivation? Is it to travel? To spend more time with family? To pursue a passion project? Your why is the fuel that will keep you going when things get tough, and trust me, they will. Once I had my why, I had to figure out the how. The first thing I did was get brutally honest about my finances. I tracked every single dollar for 3 months. I used a simple app, but a spreadsheet or even a notebook works just fine. The goal is to see exactly where your money is going. And what I found was shocking. The daily coffees, the lunches out, the subscriptions I forgot I had. It all added up to a significant amount. This wasn't about making myself feel guilty. It was about gathering data. You can't change what you don't measure. After I had a clear picture of my spending, I created a budget. Now, I know the word budget can sound restrictive and boring, but I want you to reframe it. A budget isn't about restriction. It's about giving your money a purpose. It's you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. I followed a simple principle. Pay yourself first. The moment my paycheck hit my bank account, a set percentage was automatically transferred to a separate high-yield savings account. This wasn't leftover money. It was the most important bill I had to pay each month. I started small, with just 10% of my income. As I got better at cutting unnecessary expenses, I slowly increased that percentage to 20%, then 30%, and eventually, just before I quit, I was saving over 50% of my income. This required sacrifice. I started making my coffee at home, packing my lunch, and canceling streaming services I barely used. Instead of going out for expensive dinners with friends, I suggested potlucks or park picnics. It's about being intentional with your spending and aligning it with your long-term goals. Do you want that fancy coffee now, or do you want freedom later? For me, the choice became easy. Now, saving aggressively is great, but it's only half the battle. Due to inflation, money sitting in a savings account is actually losing value over time. You need to put your money to work. You need to invest. This is where many people get scared, but it's simpler than you think. I wasn't trying to be a stock-picking genius like Warren Buffett. My strategy was simple and effective. Low-cost index funds. I opened a brokerage account and started consistently investing in funds that track the entire stock market, like an S&P 500 index fund. Why? Because they are diversified, have very low fees, and historically, the market has always gone up over the long term. The key here is consistency. I set up automatic investments every single month, regardless of whether the market was up or down. This strategy is called dollar cost averaging, and it takes the emotion out of investing. You buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when they are high. It's a disciplined approach that has been proven to work over time. I maxed out my tax-advantaged retirement accounts like my 401(k), especially to get the employer match. That's free money. And then invested more in a separate brokerage account. While my savings and investments were growing, I realized I could speed up the process by increasing my income. Relying on a single paycheck is risky. What if you get laid off? So I started exploring side hustles. My philosophy was to monetize skills I already had or was interested in learning. I was decent at writing, so I started freelance writing for blogs in the evenings. I liked graphic design, so I learned some basics on YouTube and started creating simple logos for small businesses on platforms like Fiverr. At first, it was just an extra few $100s a month, but I reinvested a portion of that money back into learning new skills and better tools. Over a couple of years, my side hustle income started to rival my full-time salary. This was a game changer. It not only accelerated my path to quitting, but also gave me a massive confidence boost. I was building something of my own, and it proved to me that I could generate income outside of a traditional job. This diversification of income streams is a cornerstone of financial security. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So, the years went by. I was saving aggressively, investing consistently, and building my side income. The number in my investment account grew and grew. I calculated what I call my freedom number. This is the amount of money you need invested so that you can live off 4% of it annually, a rule of thumb known as the 4% rule. Basically, if your annual expenses are $40,000, you multiply that by 25 to get your freedom number, which would be $1 million. This means you could theoretically withdraw $40,000 a year to live on, and your principal would likely continue to grow or at least maintain itself over the long term. When my portfolio hit that number, it was the moment of truth. Was I actually going to do it? It was terrifying. The security of a bi-weekly paycheck is a powerful psychological anchor. But I looked back at my why. I looked at the systems I had built, my diversified investments, my multiple income streams. I had a safety net. I wasn't just quitting. I was graduating. I was moving on to the next chapter that I had consciously designed for myself. So I took a deep breath, walked into my boss's office, and respectfully handed in my resignation. And let me tell you, the feeling was indescribable. It wasn't just about not having to work anymore. It was about owning my time. It was about freedom. Freedom to wake up without an alarm. Freedom to work on projects I'm passionate about, like this YouTube channel. Freedom to travel and freedom to just be present with the people I love. This journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It started with a clear why, followed by a disciplined plan. Track your spending, create a purposeful budget, save aggressively, invest consistently in low-cost index funds, and build multiple income streams. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, it takes sacrifice, but financial independence is achievable. It's about making a series of small, smart choices every single day that compound over time into a life of freedom. I hope my story has inspired you and shown you what's possible. If you got any value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to follow along for more tips on personal finance, investing, and building the life you want, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's your why? What's one step you can take today to move closer to your goals? Thank you so much for watching the Babalian Money Show. I'll see you in the next video.